Good morning. I'm Stephen Todd, and this is Kim Windsor. I'd like to thank Kim for being here, braving a 4-hour traffic jam, and also with 2 years to go before she turns Aquascutum into a profitable company. Accolades: Business Week's Most Innovative Businesswoman, an OBE for your work on Pringle, the Wall Street Journal Europe third most successful businesswoman. That's pretty good for somebody who started off at Marks & Spencer's at the age of 18.
Yes.
Where does this fascination with retail come from? Is it a fascination with retail?
Yeah, I've always been completely passionate about retail. I remember when I was at school, I actually played quite high-level tennis, and that was one possibility. But I always just adored the retail world. Crazy, you know, Saturdays I'd work in shoe shops. Anything, I don't know what it was about being engaged with people. I like people very much, and retail is all about making people feel good. So for me, it was always going to be retail in one form or another.
You entered at a management trainee level, so
Yes.
You're obviously interested in control quite early on.
Yes, I went into, so I did my A-levels. I was actually head girl of my school, and it's quite an old-fashioned school, so they didn't like the fact I wasn't going to university. But for me, I enjoyed school very much. I loved education, actually. It wasn't an anti thing. On the other hand, I thought, what am I going to do with a maths degree? So I decided to get into management training, and, you know, this is going back a bit into the late 70s. What was the best retailer in the UK? Marks & Spencer's was up there. So I thought, well, get myself a good training there.
And what did that entail? What was your job description when you started?
Well, what was good about Marks & Spencer's was it really put you right back on the shop floor. So you really started as a sales assistant, really. I remember serving my headmaster one day, and he just had an absolute fit. I knew this would happen if you didn't go to university. You're behind a till. Yeah, absolute shock. But really, you did everything. You did a little bit on the shop floor, you did a little bit in the office. You understood the workings of a retail business. And actually, M&S invested very heavily in people's training. So I was very lucky. I had a terrific training.
You stayed for 23 years.
I did.
That's a lot of training.
Yeah. I loved the brand. At the time, I felt that we could bring to the mid-market a fashionable product that was being driven at the front end by the designer brands, and that we could offer a version, a commercial version for the mid-market. And in fact, I did get posted to America, I did work in Canada, I was given lots of special arrangements within the company. I was lucky enough to be the first very young appointee on the board, and the first woman. So I really loved it, but I loved it because